In this video, I'm going to share 4 simple little shifts that you can do to unlock your feminine energy and start stepping into a whole new woman. These were 4 mindset shifts that absolutely made the world of a difference for me and how embodied I feel in my feminine energy just in everyday life, and they will be just as powerful for you too. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jillz and I help women step into their power, tap into their divine feminine, and become their best self. So if that's something you want to do, you should subscribe and stick around. Now, before I get into the video, I do have a little announcement I want to make. I have been working hard behind the scenes on something that has been on my heart for a long time, something that I've wanted to create for a long time, and that is my new course, Awaken Your Feminine Energy, which is a self-study course for unlocking your feminine power and becoming your most radiant self. So this course is a self-study course. It includes 8 modules plus 1 bonus module. You have the ability to connect to other like-minded women on the same journey as you. There are a few other fun bonuses in there, as well as like a few bodywork exercises and things, but I'll go into more details about it next week. It'll be available for pre-sale starting next week, next Sunday, April 28th, for 1 week and 1 week only. That is when you can get it for a reduced price before it officially launches on May 5th. That is when it will be made available for you to use, and that is when the price will go up. However, I would love to gift this course to one of you. So if you would like to enter to receive this course as a gift from me, all you have to do is like this video and then comment below why you want to receive this course. That's it. That's all you have to do. And I will pick the winner this coming Saturday, April 27th, the day before pre-sale starts. So you'll know if you won or not before the pre-sale even starts. And also, if you would like to gift this course to a friend, that's totally fine too. Just put in the comments why you want to gift it to them. So be sure to enter if that's something that interests you. And I can't wait to share more about it next week. But until then, let's get into the video. So the first shift to start unlocking your feminine energy is to ask yourself, can I let things be easy? Can you start allowing things to be easy in your life? Can you start allowing things to feel easy in your life? For some reason, so many of us have become kind of addicted to this struggle and this struggle mindset. And if you want to tap into your feminine energy, you have to get unstuck from struggle mode all the time. And I know it sounds strange, but sometimes we can have this weird little need to suffer or struggle in our life. Like maybe that makes us more worthy in the end. Or maybe when we finally do achieve that goal that we wanted so bad, if we struggled for it, if we suffered for it, then for some reason it makes us feel like we earned it more. Now, I'm not saying that there will never be hardship in your life. Sometimes life has its ups and its downs. Sometimes you will come across challenges. But that hardship for you though, how do you see it for yourself? Do you see it as the exception or the rule? And even after that hardship is gone, do you stay stuck in struggle mode? Do you allow struggle mode to be the entire undercurrent of your life going forward? So many of us have been taught that like life is just hard and that's just the way it is and that's the way it'll always be. But how far is that really getting you? How is that making you feel in your life? I know for me, that made me feel terrible. It made me feel trapped. I didn't like that. And once I believed that life could be easy for me, that things could feel easy for me, that's when things started to flow. That's when things started to happen effortlessly. It's not that like my life just got easy and so I believed like, oh, life can be easy. It was the other way around. It's because I believed that life could be easy. My life became easier. My life felt easier. My life didn't feel like such a struggle. And with that, I started accepting help in my life. I started to be able to receive in my life. So often when you're addicted to that struggle mode, that suffering, you block any blessings that come your way. You struggle to receive. You struggle to allow ease into your life. If you want to make things easier, allow people in your life to give to you. If you are in a relationship, allow your partner to take care of you. Allow him to help you in your life. Allow him to add value to your life. I know there's so many women out there who maybe don't want to receive from other people. They don't want to accept help from other people because they don't want to rely on anyone else. They don't want to put themselves in that position. And I get it. You should always be capable of doing the things that you need to do. But there's a difference between not being capable and allowing someone or some man to do everything for you and resisting any help or any ease that comes into your life. Like, just because I can do something, it doesn't mean that I need to do it. Just because I am capable of something, it doesn't mean that someone can't do it for me. That desire of you not wanting to lean on anyone else ever or receive from anyone else ever, that is going to deplete you. Human beings are literally built. We are built to be in community with one another. We are literally built to lean on one another and work together. And the more that you try to distance yourself from other people because you can do it all, you can do it yourself, the more that you will hurt yourself and the more that you will struggle for it. Do not cause yourself to unnecessarily suffer because you're pushing help away, or because you refuse to ask for help in the first place. If you want something, ask for it. If you need help, ask for it. Do not be afraid to let things be easy. It is okay for things to be easy sometimes. When your focus is on struggle or hardship, all that happens is you bring more struggle and hardship into your life because you attract what you focus on, and whatever you are looking for, you will find. But how would you approach life if you just decided that things got to be easy for you? What if you decided that life gets to be fun? That making money is kind of effortless, that love comes to you easily. When I wanted to tap into my feminine energy, I realized that that would require me to let go of the struggle mindset. And not only that, but to start accepting help and ease from other people. There is nothing that you need to prove. And that leads me right onto my next point. One of the biggest things that you can do to start unlocking your feminine energy is to release the need to prove yourself and to start detaching that correlation that we have that our worth is tied to our productivity and our output. Many women are stuck in their masculine energy simply because they have this deep desire within them to prove themselves constantly, to validate that they are good enough. And let's be honest, how we most often do that in our world is through like external achievements, by how successful we are, how busy we are, how much money we make. And I'm not saying that those things are bad. I want to be successful. I love money. But if you're always tying your worth to that, you're always trying to prove yourself from that, then you will always feel like you are just stuck on this hamster wheel, because you will always be chasing, because it will never be enough. When it comes to external things like that, there is always more. There is always more that you can have. There is always a better job that you can have, more money that you can make, more fancy handbags that you can have in your closet. And so you'll always be in this mindset of chasing, trying to get there, but never actually getting there. But we all know that the feminine energy does not chase, it attracts. The feminine energy just is. It gets to be. It just exists. Your worthiness is not in your achievements, but in who you are. So the more and more you keep chasing validation and you keep trying to prove yourself, you stay in this desperate chasing energy. And that is not the feminine energy. And we all know that when you tie your worth to your productivity and your output, then you will basically just be on a roller coaster ride of going up and down, because sometimes your productivity is great. Sometimes you wake up, you do all these great things in your day. And sometimes we have down days. Sometimes we have days where we are not as productive. And especially as cyclical women, we have our menstrual cycles, right? We have times where we are naturally much more productive and naturally want to go inward and slow down. If we tie our worth to our productivity, then naturally the way that we feel about ourselves is going to change depending on where we're at in our cycle. Like, I know for me, I cannot do as much, achieve as much, be as productive and efficient when I am in those few days right before my period and the beginning of my period. I just can't. And it's not that I'm not capable, it's that it is unaligned. My body does not want to do that. It doesn't feel right. When I quit my good, more high status corporate job, the only way that I was able to do that and get comfortable with that, which changed the entire trajectory of my life in the best way possible, was that I had to finally release the need to prove myself to other people and tie my worth to my achievements, right? To go from working at this big company to doing nothing and making no money. I had to release that connection that I had. I had to release that desire to prove myself. But it's funny because once I stopped releasing the desire to prove myself, once I stopped tying my worth to my achievements, that's actually when I started to achieve more. But this is what we're taught growing up. Get the best grades, go to the best school, and then so you can go to the best college, and then you can get the best job so you can make the most money so you can finally be happy. We're literally taught that if we reach those external achievements, that things will finally be good. But so many women, they follow this path. They work incredibly hard. They bust their butt to get to that destination. And then they finally get there and they're like, wait, like this is it? It's not nourishing us in the way that we thought it was going to. Once you stop trying to prove yourself, and once you break that attachment of your worth to your productivity and your output and your achievements, that is when you will finally feel free. That is when you will finally stop chasing. I want you to really think about this for a second. What would it feel like if you no longer felt the need to prove yourself to anyone? What would it feel like if you no longer had to do that thing or achieve that certain thing to prove your worth to someone? And feel how much lighter that feels. The feminine energy does not need to prove itself. She does not have to earn her way to validation. She just is. She just gets to be. The next way to unlock feminine energy is to make yourself a priority and take time for you. You can tell where a person's priorities are in their life based off of where they spend their time in their life. Like, for example, if there is a guy and he says that he likes you and he wants to like take you out or whatever, but he never calls, he never texts, he never plans dates, you know that you are just not a priority in his life. That's just the reality of the situation. And when you don't make yourself a priority, when you don't prioritize yourself, your own well-being, you are doing the exact same thing to yourself. You are communicating to yourself that you are not a priority and that everyone and everything else goes above you. And then what do you think that does to your self-worth? And you might be thinking like, oh, well, I have a busy job, or I'm really busy in school, or I have a family to take care of. And I get it. And those are important, but you should never be your lowest priority. Now, I'm not saying that there's not going to be short instances of time where your priority for yourself is not as high. For example, if you are writing your thesis, I don't know exactly what that entails, but let's say that you have 1 month left to write your thesis, and that is really important to you. Then that is probably going to be a higher priority in your life in that moment, but it is temporary. Last year when my husband hurt himself, he had to get surgery and he couldn't walk for like 2 months. So there was a period of time, probably like a month or a month and a half, where I was just not as high of a priority for myself. But it was temporary. Whereas if that is just the way you live your life, where you have always just been your lowest priority, that is not going to work. For the feminine energy to thrive, we need time just for ourselves, to slow down, to do self-care, to nourish ourselves, to have spaciousness, like to have time and space to just flow and be with ourselves and not be tied to this rigid schedule all the time. While yes, having a routine can be incredibly helpful sometimes it's also a lot of just like rigidness. And we need that spaciousness sometimes. Like we need that time in our calendar to just not do anything, to do whatever comes to mind, to be a little bit spontaneous, to have a little bit more flow in our life. To unlock your feminine energy, you need to bring it back to you. Now, I'm not saying to do that from an entitled place or a self-absorbed place. From a healthy place, to do the things that light you up, to do the beauty treatments that make you feel good and that make you feel beautiful, to rest when you need it. This is how you tap into your feminine energy. You decide that you are a priority in your life. Now, the fourth way to unlock your feminine energy, especially in your everyday life, is to ask yourself this question. How can I make this more fun? The way you bring feminine energy into your life is by inviting more play into your life. Our life is allowed to be fun. Our life is allowed to be easy. Our life is allowed to feel good. So how can you make your life more fun? This is just a simple thing that you can ask yourself as you go about your day, doing basically everything that you're doing. How can I make cooking dinner more fun? How can I make getting ready in the morning more fun? How can I make driving to work in the morning more fun? How can I make doing my work more fun? This one is simple. This one is easy. The feminine energy, gets inspiration from play by having things be fun. There have been so many times in my life in the past where I felt like I was doing, like important things. And so I just felt like they had to be boring. But then I realized, like, literally, you can make anything more fun. And this is kind of the concept of like romanticizing your life, right? This is why romanticizing your life is so valuable and is so important for feminine energy. It's because you are making the little moments more special. You are making little moments into big moments, and you're adding more fun into your everyday life. So I want you to ask yourself this question with everything that you do. How can I make it more fun? And if you keep doing this, you will naturally start to tap into your feminine energy without even trying. So to wrap it all up, to unlock feminine energy and live a softer life, 1, allow things to be easy. Allow your life to be easy. Remember that it can be easy and it gets to be easy. Number 2, you do not need to prove yourself to anyone. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone. And your worth is definitely not tied to your productivity and your achievements, because if it is, you will always be chasing, and the feminine energy does not chase. Number 3, make yourself a priority. Take time for you. Take time for the things that you need. Make time for spaciousness in your life. The feminine energy needs this to thrive. And number 4, ask yourself all the time, how can I make this more fun? These are 4 simple little mindset shifts that will unlock everything for you. Now, don't forget to enter the giveaway for my new course, Awaken Your Feminine Energy. All you have to do, like this video and comment down below why you would like to receive the course. That is it. And I will pick the winner this coming Saturday, the 27th. So don't forget to enter if that interests you. And I will have more details about that starting April 28th when pre-sale launches. So I'm so excited for that. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got value out of this video, and I will see you next time in my next video. Bye.